to the Olga S show. I'm your host, Olga. How you doing? How's it going? You know, while everybody else is always freaking out about the news, I don't freak out. I keep my cool. Because you know my motto, it's about being happy no matter what. Like a duck. Have the water just roll down your back. If it's your first time here, awesome to have you. If you've been here before, welcome back, my love. Just a heads up, I'm going to be doing a restream right after this on Locals. I put the link in the live chat. It's also in the description below. And if you like this content, you want to see more of me more often, smash that like button, subscribe to this channel, become a member. Without you, this is not possible. And even more so, if you really want real streams, raw, real, uncensored, unfiltered, behind the scenes, Locals, baby. Again, I put the link in the live chat. So I really want today's live to be more conversive. So instead of just, sharing things, showing things, I want to just be more chill about it. I'm still going to be, full of energy. I did just injure my neck again. I was totally fine all day. And then as I get ready for the live, I whipped my face, my head to the side too, I guess, abruptly, and I went, ah! So, yeah, so we got a PBD podcast responding to Tim Pool's response to them hiring Chris Cuomo. Boeing, who's still buying tickets to fly, please? Okay, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about anything else you want as well, but, another megalith just showed up in Wales. Anybody into the megalith things that have been showing up? These little, anyway, we'll talk about that. Or at least, mention it. I want to pick your brain. Let me know. Christ is King was trending on Twitter, but I really didn't click to see like what exactly, but I want to talk about that. I want to mention that. There's also this creator, this channel that shout out to Robert Phoenix, who played this video on his podcast, and I saw like 3 seconds of it. I was like, wait, could be a reaction video. I don't know. But it looks super fucking cool. Anyway, and what else? So, of course, Ben Shapiro, again, I don't follow any of these people, but whoever I do follow, or it just pops up. Like another thing where I actually, now I'm thinking about, I want to pull up what one of my members and supporters and moderator, AC Nelson, hope you can make it today, had sent me a text about this girl that's been trending, which is funny because when I saw the trend, I actually saw this girl. Apparently she's from the South and she like builds things, and I think she's super feminine at the same time, knowing how to do shit. I mean, I think this girl's awesome. When it popped up in my TikTok, I was like, I literally smashed the like button, like I like this. And then 2 days later, everyone's freaking out. I was like, talking shit about her. I'm like, so I got a lot to say about that. And I'll play some videos about that as well. And what else? Tim Pool, Ben Shapiro talking about the retirement age. Everybody was talking about that. I didn't really listen to anybody. I'm just noticing people, what they're reacting to. I don't want to be influenced by them. So I'm going to give you my 2 cents and my insight. And what else? Let's see. Did I cover it all? And the TikTok ban, right? I know there's a lot of like conspiracies going around, right? Or like, what's the true nature of it? That one got me lit more than anything else. So we're going to get into that. And before we get the party started, just so you know, if you don't know who you're watching, what's going on over here in this neck of the woods. Hi, I'm Olga S. Pérez, coming at you live, unleashing the power of perspective, one reaction at a time. I've been a life strategist for over 20 years, and I'm here to share my insights on trending topics, current news, and music videos that we all want to talk about with love and humor. With love and humor, baby. Especially nowadays, we need more love and more humor than ever. That is the number one coping mechanism besides having faith or belief that our reality isn't how we actually perceive it. In other words, you might consider yourself a spiritual person. You might consider yourself a God-fearing person, a God-loving person, or at least a human being that believes that something created us and that we don't have the answers. But, I mean, look at you. Just look at us. There's got to be some amazing creator. Whether you even believe that God is some alien, I know. We won't go down that rabbit hole right now. But I don't know. You guys, I'll be looking at your live chats, and don't be shy. Even an emoji, wave me, say something to me, okay? Much love. So, before I even get started, let's see who's with me in the chat. Guys, I am live on Rumble, on X, and on Twitter as we keep going. Give me 1 second. Oh my God! While I was looking for a message, I totally forgot the mic! Oh my God, I can't get it together. Talk about real, live, raw, unscripted over here. Can you hear me now? Hey, shout out to Mike for texting me while I was looking for the other text that AC Nelson sent me of that I was going to copy and paste the link to talk about. Again, I clicked on it for like a split second. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I did it on purpose because, I love to react live, not something I've already watched and then I come with my 2 senses. Because it's like, I think that makes it more real. Talk about the fact that the reality TV has never been really reality TV with the producers and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So, Mike, I can't believe you were watching, and thank you so much. And if you're watching, did you post a comment there? Mike Jr., is that you? Is that you, Mike? How you doing? I love it. That is so cool. Welcome, Rocco. Great to see you. The Major. Okay, but now you can hear me, right? Audio fixed? Oh, Rocco said, there you go. There you go. Oh, my God. How the hell did I not bring the mic? Oh, my God. What did it sound like? Nothing. Then everything I said is for nothing. You know what would be curious is, how after you do the live stream, it takes a while for it to render. And I mean, a while, like it would even take like 24 hours before you can actually watch a replay of a live stream and hit the CC, the closed caption. So I wonder, with AI and shit, the bots and stuff, they're so on it. Like, you're right, they're trying to listen to everything you say, are you saying what you want me to say and I want me to say? Dude, the whole tic-tac ban. I mean, I don't know. I'm all over the place today. I know sometimes I say that and I am, and sometimes I'm not. No, for real. I want to talk about everything, but the TikTok has got me. Because my passion besides love, what's my next passion? Freedom. What's freedom? Freedom of expression. Freedom of self. Right? Freedom to say, to speak. Oh, I didn't do that on purpose. Well, you know what? Maybe that's the universe saying you guys are happy to see me, which I'm happy to see you. So I really hope you guys can make it. And for those who don't know, I do a lot of different content on my channel. Sometimes I have guests, sometimes I do reaction music videos. I got a playlist, all that. Check it out, guys. Let me know. Make sure you leave me a comment to let me know that you heard me and that you know that I said, go check it out. So, see, losing my thought. No, I'm not really losing my thought, but I'm going, okay. Just the whole, listen. Let's just put it in a nutshell, because, I could talk forever, but I like to really get to the point. Cut the middle guy out. Forget about, let's dive into like when I was listening to PBD podcast today, only because I wanted to see what happened with the whole Tim Pool. Because he hired Chris Cuomo. Well, I found out that PBD podcast hired Chris Cuomo because of Anomaly. Shout out to Anomaly. And I'm like, ew. But I know PBD. I don't follow him and really watch him like I used to because he turned me off too many times. So I was like, oh man, come on. Because he's typically a guy that likes, and I believe he's a Libra. I'm pretty sure. And I know that he likes the balance, right? So one of his comebacks today, we'll play that for a couple of seconds of how he was like, look, I want, we already know that we all think the same, it's an echo chamber. And that's not good either. And I understand that. But my whole thing is there's one thing about giving everybody their thoughts. But like, seriously, like, did anybody watch? Again, I didn't watch the podcast, but I saw a clip somewhere around, the internets on how Candace Owen, when Chris Cuomo and her were talking about, do you need identification, ID to vote? Yeah, but see, if you ask me, like, I don't even know why anybody wastes their time having this conversation when we know. And if you didn't know 20, 30 years ago, like I did, not that I'm saying I'm so smart ahead of time, so maybe sometimes I am, that our vote doesn't count. And it's so fascinating that when I talk to people face to face in real life, people are so different. Because I can see in their face, I can sense in their body and their energy that they sometimes don't agree with me, but they kind of like roll with it. You know what I mean? But on the internet, they're so loud about, no, this is the way it is. And there's a left and there's a right and there's bullshit. There's only one thing, and that's the truth. Period, end of story. And if you know the vote doesn't count, I know it messes up with your whole life. I get it. When I came to the realization, at first I was like, I have no proof. I just have some instinct. Then there was more and more and more proof. Again, ever since voting went digital, I'm like, anybody can manipulate this. Period, end of story. And you're naive and like a 5-year-old thinking Santa Claus is coming to think that once it goes digital, because it's not even the fact that even if it's, handwritten paper ballots, it still can be manipulated, coerced, shit lost, the people counting, not being legit good people, like that we really have faith. It's like when people go to court and they put their hand on the Bible and like as if they actually believe in God and they believe that they're swearing. Even if they know that they're like, well, if I get caught lying, I can go to jail, right? I don't give a shit. If the Bible means nothing to you, you're just doing what you gotta do. Period, end of story. And you're hoping that you're not gonna get caught because you don't wanna go to jail or you don't wanna have to spend money on an attorney to get your ass out of it. So many scenarios. But like everybody's full of shit. I'm telling you. It's hard to be honest. It's hard to be a good person. How about that? I didn't do that on purpose. Did you like that? Did you like that? Anyway, going back to your chats, you see what I'm saying? This TikTok ban, I know people are already saying, some people are like reading the bill itself and saying, hey, what these politicians are saying is not entirely what this bill is proposing, which, by the way, was already passed. I'm sure you know this at this point. But, whether it's conspiracy theories, my point is less government. See, that's me cutting the middle guy out. Less government. How can you have freedom with all the fucking rules? I can't tell a kid to be themselves and then, but here's all the rules. Here's all the rules. Shut the fuck up. When we already know that all the politicians are compromised and they all sold their soul for money because they're bottom feeders. They don't give a fuck. But it's not just them. We, the people, the good people, the hardworking people, we do it too. Oh, well, we don't want to lose our comforts in life. We want to meet with the status quo. We want to still do A, B, or C. Nah, bitch. Let me tell you something. Being truly independent is hard. But if we all stood up and said, you know what? I don't need a government. How about I just, stick with my neighbors, my community? Let's all talk. Because honestly, the government, even like say the city, in this example, since I'm in Philadelphia, hey, shout out to anybody from Philly. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes, it has to go old school, okay? I don't need the government telling me how to raise my kid, but I'll tell you what, I'm all about the old school. I was born in Naples, raised in Spain, and I'm a little old. So back in my heyday, the neighbors were talking about you. They were telling your parents what you were doing or not doing. Like everybody was up your ass. And I didn't like that. I was like, I'm going to go to America where people don't give a fuck about me. You know what I mean? And that way, they're not listening. The last time I, went to the bathroom, literally, these people did that shit. But I've mentioned it before in I don't know what episode, but I'm sure I recall mentioning it at least once. My life was saved from my landlord who lived, so she had like a villa and she rented the downstairs and she lived in the upstairs. I was 18 years old. I had a couple of roommates. They didn't give a shit. They were leeches. That's another story. I mean, another story. One of my roommates was America's Most Wanted. She fled America. I didn't know initially, found out later. Again, that's another story. But I used to suffer a lot from, that time of the month cramps, and really bad. Like the pain would be so excruciating, I'd be vomiting. And I would end up in the ER, and they would have to put IVs in me because I was extremely dehydrated. And it was a monthly thing. And like, I would, show up there, whether I took a cab to get there or a friend took me, and they knew me. They're like, oh, here's Olga again, no problem. Like they knew exactly. We're just going to IV her because I also didn't want to take painkillers. But first of all, the painkillers that they would even give me, I couldn't hold them in my stomach because the pain was so strong that I would just throw them up. Not to get too graphic or or mess you up or anything. But they knew me. So because I was there like every month, one month it was different than others, but I didn't know what it meant. I was just like, hey, maybe I guess I'm just having a really bad month. And I'm thinking maybe, the stress is, part of it. I was extremely stressed. I was hustling, living on my own, working a job that was, that's another story. I was bartending, in fact. Not that I wanted to, but okay, again. I digress. So they send me home like they usually do. But this time I couldn't snap out of it. And because of my nosy landlord neighbor, she noticed I didn't leave the house for 3 days. So she checked up on me. And I was in a fetal position, butt naked, no sheets, shivering. And I just kept praying, for it to stop. And, because that's what it usually would happen. Like, I'm like, oh my God, okay, just a matter of time, She felt that I had a fever, which obviously that's not normal for the monthly to have a fever. And she turned around and immediately, first of all, she used her key. I don't even know if she knocked because I was so out of it. Next thing you know, I just see her in my room. It was kind of blurry. And she touched me. She saw that I was sweaty and with a fever, calls the ambulance. I go to the hospital and they find out that I have appendicitis. How? Wait, what? Now that I was 18 years old, I could sign for myself, but I'm so out of it. And the doctors and everybody's like, they're prepping me. And like within an hour, I was in the ER room. They cut me open. Get this, how young and, I don't know, vain, I guess. I was so worried because back in the day when they would do like an appendicitis or appendectomy or whatever they call it in English, they would leave a huge scar. And it's like, oh, please. I'm like, can you, I know you guys have better techniques than back in the day. Like, because I guess this was 1990, 91. I think it was 91. And I was like, can you please just make it real as small as you can, please, for my bikini? Because I'm a real beach bum. If you didn't know, now you know. And so they're like, no, Olga, no problem. So anyway, I'm signing these papers, authorizing everything. And the doctor said that as they cut me, he said, we literally, as soon as we pulled it out, it bursted in our hands. He said, another second, you could have been dead. So shout out to all those nosy Spanish landlord neighbors. Because you wouldn't have never met me. Anyway. So yeah. I mean, I get it. You don't want people in your business, but at the same time, you got to deal with them. They can save your life. But then again, with the whole free speech thing and the freedom of people not judging you, it's like, and then, multiply what's happening nowadays where everybody's offended, especially the younger generation, right? Like say, I don't know, 40 and under, millennials, Gen Z. It's like, you gotta grow thick skin. That's the answer to free speech. And that's the other thing that was also been, I know we've heard it a lot, but especially in the last 24 hours about the whole, again, with the TikTok ban and speech and cutting off our freedom of speech, our First Amendment, under the umbrella that they're private companies. Listen, shut the fuck up. You know that everything is happening because of politics. But meanwhile, I'm sure everyone's talking about it. Like, oh, they're doing it so that you win, or so that one of us wins, or they're going to shut one voice down so the other one has more leeway. It's all crap, people. Yes, I said it. I'm telling you, it's all just distraction. We're talking amongst ourselves while they are doing what they're going to do. You get that? Imagine if the entire country, even the whole world, but let's just start with America. If the entire world literally, but okay, as I said, America. Imagine if every American just put the entire spotlight 24/7. Any content creator, any influencer, anybody in any form of media, social media included, put the whole focus on government, on Congress. If we only talked about them and calling them out 24/7, if we all said, we don't buy any of your shit, we're not going to watch this football game, we're not going to watch the Oscars, we're not going to do anything, but look at you. We're going to follow you just like you tracked us, or you still track us. You've been tracking us, right? J6, listen. Don't shoot the messenger, because that's the fucking truth. If you want to get to the bottom of something, you want to fix something, you got to go to the source. Government, somebody who governs over you, because they believe that you can't govern yourself. They literally raised the last 3 generations to literally not being able to take care of themselves. And I know this because I've had many years of helping people from all statuses all over the world. And the first way to get somebody to understand their power is to point to the truth. It hurts. I get it. It ain't easy. They don't call it growing pains for no reason. I mean, you really got to shift everything. It's like, I've always been a proponent on recycling, reusing, being environmentally friendly, because I know that things like plastic is just not good for us, for the environment, period. But how many people actually stop? How many people actually get out of their way and say no? It's like when I go to Whole Foods even, right? And I want to buy some meat. Don't come at me if you're, a vegan or, it doesn't matter, okay? Don't go there. Point is, they already have everything wrapped in plastic. But they do have a choice where you can have it wrapped in the paper. I do. And it's funny. The meat guy will say, well, back in the day it would be called butchers, but I don't know if you call the people that work in the supermarkets actual butchers. No insult to them. If they consider themselves butchers, okay. I'm used to a different kind of butcher, like the real shit where you walk in a meat store and all of the, the game and everything's hanging there. You know what I'm saying? Head and all. You get me. And they're like, well, we have a bunch of that over there packaged. And I said, yeah, but I don't want it in that package. But it's not just because environmentally friendly. It's because we also have so much plastic in every aspect of our lives. And that those particles really do mess up our system. Without getting too technical, okay? Layman's terms. Let's get to the point. But can you imagine if we all did that? You see, I mean, just like when people get canceled, a big wave of people are like, okay, we're not going to buy this product. Okay, we're not going to. And it works. So imagine turning the spotlight. Okay, yeah. I want to read what you guys are saying. Hey, JJ loves music. Great to see you. Let's see. Okay. Now I don't even know. Let's see. I mean, based on what PBD was saying, response to Tim Pool was like, are you kidding me? Like, this guy totally faked the, crotch 19 lockdown, which is true. 100%. I know this for a fact because I'm special, because I'm a psychic. I don't care. You can look it up. Just do the math. But when he was with Candace, when they did the podcast with Candace Owens, and she's like, you need the ID. And he was like, dude, you could clearly see this guy doesn't believe what he's saying. But he can't, it's almost like a lie, and you just can't get out of the lie. What just happened? Matter of fact, I'm not supposed to talk about this, but let's just say I can't say this, but let's just say somebody that accuses somebody of something and they were lying. And then they go so far with a lie and they're in court and everything. They're not bound to actually tell the truth. They're too knee deep. Maybe that is Chris. Maybe Chris, I just don't think he's got the backbone. So when PBD says, well, I think it's good to have a different voice on the platform, we'll give him a chance. I disagree. As much as I was saying earlier that PBD, Patrick Bet-David he's definitely that type of person that likes the even scales and the fairness and both sides. And he's consistent with that. So I appreciate that. But the Chris Cuomo, I'm just shocked that Patrick Bet-David doesn't see that this guy is not a good person. It's not about whether you agree with him or you like him. It doesn't matter what side of the fence you're in. He's a liar. He's a liar, and he forgot that he was a lawyer, and he got full of himself like most of these people do coming from MSM. And not that he can't change, but the fact that he just did a podcast a few days ago with Candace and he still was talking his bullshit. So I disagree with PBD. I totally disagree. I don't know if he's even using it as a way to get more attention because he knows he was going to piss people off. He's saying that he's going to give the guy a chance. He was saying on his podcast just this morning that he's been a cool guy. He's been very respectful. I have seen him around my wife, my children. That's what he says. But I can't even imagine how much he's paying him. I know PBD is successful in his insurance company, but I don't even think, didn't he just sell it recently? If I'm getting my cables crossed. But anyway, I want to go back to the comments. I want to see what you guys are saying. Hey, the Rational Texan. Thank you. Welcome. And thank you for telling me about the mic. Yes. TikTok ban bad idea, says the Major. Yeah, I mean, I think, I forget who it was, but someone I heard that Trump said, banning TikTok. After, remember, he said he was going to ban it, although he never did while he was president. He's saying, well, something with, as far as like what Schmuckerberg or something he called him. So yeah, it's like, no, dude, if you're going to ban TikTok, yeah, definitely ban Facebook. How about that? But of course. So no. Do I think it's okay that TikTok shows content to Americans, especially American children, that they don't do in China? Yeah, but they can do that, right? It's their company. Again, they can do what they want. But the fact that they have our, location, they have our meta information. We have the technology that they can block that aspect so they can't surveil us. But to block or ban our speech, it's just, again, it's government overreach. I don't care if the bill actually says that. They can tweak it, just like they create bots for everything else. And by the way, also I was hearing about how, the whole Biden and like, how can he do speeches when he can't remember shit and he gets like his his son who passed, can't remember when he passed and whatnot. The reason I'm raising that question is because, technology exists way before it gets in our hands, right? So why is it that we can't believe that Biden has a chip? Has anyone, I haven't heard anybody, they're all like, oh, he's on meds, he's got good Adderall pumping through his veins, right? Maybe he's got the earpiece in him, right? They can even implant the earpiece. What makes us think that he doesn't have a chip, Mr. Elon Musk chip, Neuralink? Because if this guy has been out of it since when he was vice president, come on, please, anyone? Let's see the major. When the supermajority in Congress can pass the TikTok ban bill, but can't figure out how to secure the border, boom! I love that. And control inflation, you're being lied to. Yes! Come on! But let's keep talking shit, people. Let's just keep talking and talking. See, I'm a doer. What are you doing? Anyway, hey, Eric Spiro, cool to see you. Scars are kind of cool. What did I miss? What part of the conversation I missed? What scars? What are we talking about here? What did I miss? I want to see what you guys are saying. You're old school too? Amen. Yeah, it's been a while, JJ. Great to see you too. Hey, OB Patriot. Oh, Olga, you're awesome. Keep up the good work. Thank you. Because apparently the algorithm in the boob tube is only giving me the reaction video stuff. And I'm telling you guys, I got burned. You can see everything I really had to say about getting burned on a reaction video a month ago on my locals. I put the link in the live chat. It's also in the description below. And I just added it one more time because right after this live, we're going to be doing a restream over on locals. It gets more intimate there, to say the least. And come on, show me some love. Buy me a coffee. That's another way of showing me some love. But becoming a locals member, $3. What's a coffee a month? Or you can donate anything you want. But more so, I'm looking for having more members. I need more locals members so I can do more. And it really is like the blood going through my veins when you guys become a locals members. It really is what keeps me coming back. And if I get a member and then I lose a member, or, maybe I'm not putting enough content out, it's just because, this isn't really paying my bills. So until it does, I'll keep doing the best I can. And I'll show up as much as I can. Because I don't mind doing it for free, but I could do so much more. Instead of going somewhere else to work, I could stay here and, oh my God, please. If you could only be in my mind and see the visions that I have. Oh, I would love to hire a producer that can book all the guests. Oh, I would love to do so much. Because if you see anything good in me, I love you so much for that. Because I promise, as long as I can keep going, I will not disappoint you. It can only get better. And going back to their whole reaction thing. For me, from now on, you want me to react to video, people have to donate. Like, say, hey, Olga, I wanted this bad. It's that much worth it. Here you go. You know what I mean? Like, wouldn't you take me out to dinner? Don't get me wrong. I would cook for you. No doubt. I'm a giver. And I specifically love, like, cooking and serving and hosting. I know. Not because I was in that industry doing it for the money. I literally loved doing that, which I thought that's why the industry, that's a long story. But the industry actually ruined it because when people treat you like shit or they don't tip you well, I got burned out and I left. And I kind of started feeling that way with the boob tube. It's like, what the fuck? Anyway. Everybody needs love. Hey, Mark, you're a new viewer from Switzerland. Welcome. How did you find me? What's going on? Please let me know. Yes, welcome. I've been thinking, hold on. Yeah, right? Sansom hasn't dropped anything in like 6 months. He's long overdue for another song. Yeah. Hopefully he comes out with one. Yes. Wait, 89% good. I see anyway. Laugh out loud. Am I missing the conversation again? Hey, thank you guys. The Rational Texan, the Major, Obi Patriot over on Rumble. You know, finally Rumble upgraded, whatever. And now I can see the chats in the same chat that I see the YouTube. Before I would have to like do a pop-up video. How about this girl here? Now, hold on a second. Give me 1 second. I just want to check which video I'm going to do first. Yeah. So AC Nelson had sent me this first. He literally wrote, I don't know if you've heard of this woman, young woman. And by the way, I didn't click on it till right now. But I think you'd like her. And as soon as I clicked on it and I saw the face, I was like, again, because everybody's been talking about her. So let me... That's one thing I'm going to share. I thought I was going to share like clips of PBD and stuff, but then I'm like, I already said everything. Done. We don't have to fucking talk for an hour about that shit. Let's see. A man. Here we go.
What a 500-foot roll of 1.25 pecs looks like.
I saw this one too.
And if you want to know,
any man that finds tomboys attractive is gay, says Saad. Who the is Saad? Number one. What are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about? Now, you know when you don't hear me speak, right? And you see me with my makeup. I actually like wash my hair today and stuff. So, and you might think, oh, she looks pretty feminine to me. I can do both. I find this girl feminine. I really do. I don't even find her a tomboy. And if she is, it's the sexiest tomboy I've ever seen.
Oh, how fun it is.
I don't know why.
Y'all ever wondered what a 500-foot roll of 1.25 pecs looks like? And if you want to know how fun it is to unroll this mess.
I like how she's so real. Sorry.
Especially when it's, 100 freaking degrees out here in South Alabama. But at least the heat will help it straighten out.
Oh, South Alabama. Okay.
Appreciate y'all.
Okay. Appreciate y'all. I like the way she even closes that. Okay, I don't know what's happening, guys. Can you still see me on the live? Because I keep getting a pop-up of force quit applications. If I force quit, I'm going to be bumped off this live stream. And I don't want to do that to you, not when we're just getting juicy over here. Right? All right. Here's the second one he sent me.
Good morning, y'all. I don't have a Twitter. I did at one point, but my account got removed for whatever reason, and I just hadn't got around to making another account. But apparently I'm trending on Twitter right now because some girl, hey Meryl, some girl said that my accent should be illegal. Women shouldn't do manual labor. What else did she say? American women are basically men, and she just said that I was not feminine. Ooh. And I would tell y'all this girl's name, but I can't remember it because I don't have a clue who she is. So that should tell you how relevant this person is. But I just think it's hilarious because I grew up as the weird kid in high school who hunted and fished too much because back then it wasn't cool for women to hunt or fish.
Back then, like, she's so old. Are you kidding me? If she was from the 80s, okay, makes sense. You know what I mean? Really? That's crazy.
The whole country lifestyle. And I'm so proud of all the women in the outdoors now who are making that more cool or popular. So proud of us. I think we're doing great. But I've been helping Dad build houses since I was 15. When I was a senior in high school, I taught kids how to weld in ag class. So I've done, not manual labor. When I think of manual labor, I think of what my dad does. I'm nowhere near that. I just help as much as I can, and I try. And it's fun. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of
She is so adorable. I love her.
blue-collar women out there who are also feminine. And so I just think that you should embrace your own individuality. You should be yourself.
Hello? Everyone out there, especially the so-called woke, be yourself. I'm different. I think this way. I'm a furry. But this gets, but I also figured that I saw even the trad kind of people, or the, the so-called left, whatever that fucking means, right? These are haters. Haters are everywhere. Trolls are on both sides of the fence if you believe in the two sides of the fence. I believe in one side of the fence. You know what the one side of the fence? The truth. Do you know what the truth is? That people have issues, okay? They have issues. And they need a life. And they possibly need help. And I could help. Reach out to me. You're stooping this low to bash this girl? If you don't like her, again, scroll on. Why sit there and attack somebody? You got some evil little critters in your ass. Maybe you literally have parasites in your intestines that are probably taking over your brain. Just saying, look it up.
And don't worry about what anybody else said, because these folks talking about me and think they're going to offend me.
Good girl, that's right. Don't worry about what anybody says.
That ship sailed a long time ago.
Good girl.
I've been getting picked on my whole life. I grew up around.
Ditto. Strong woman. You can't tell me that is not what's sexy in a woman. I don't mean a lady boss. No. I like men that can handle me, meaning they can control me in a sense. We'll get into that conversation some other time. But you get what I'm saying? Please. I'll take care of the man the way when he needs me to be there, I'm there. But other than that, please be the man.
Men. Well, so don't be scared to build your own box and don't try to fit in anybody else's. Be your own person and you'll be happier in the long run because
That's right.
of that. And don't worry
That's right.
about what anybody else has to say. Hope y'all have a good one. Appreciate y'all.
I adore this girl. Oh, I would love for somebody to watch my podcast and tell me otherwise. Please do leave me a comment, whether it's in the live chat right now or in the replay later, and share this content. I really need people to find people like me that don't take either side and just speaks truth, people. It's not about, well, I don't think you're right. Prove me wrong. See, when people are like, well, truth is subjective. No. The truth is a fucking truth, okay? If the truth wasn't a thing, then how can we look at an app and go, oh, when's the sunrise? And everybody agreed that's the truth. The sunrise is at 7:30. Even if they get it wrong a few minutes. But you get my point. No. There is truth. There is facts. It's that simple. Okay? And if people really were starving to death, they wouldn't have time to do this shit. Okay? Okay. All right. I know. That's another thing. Let's watch the last one he just sent me today, because this was like a couple days ago. Right here. And apparently it's the same girl. So I was like, it's funny because I was going to talk about her. So again, shout out to AC Nelson for doing this, because I was just like, which one do I share? The first one I saw of her was, I think it was like doing a frame outside of a house. I think that was the first one I found of her. And I loved it. I had no idea that people were going to be like getting re about it. And I just liked it because I wanted to support this human that had beauty inside and out. Unbelievable.
Oh, come on with it. Catch this fish. It ain't going to take but a minute. I'm getting out. Are you kidding me? Oh, there he went. He is. Hello. Oh, he biting.
Little snappy fish.
Is it a snappy fish? I couldn't tell. It was just hitting.
Had him whipped one time.
He's getting you though, ain't he? He's quick.
Most of the time he's not biting me, he's just biting at me, sitting there ramping.
Snappy.
You know how healthy this is? That she's outdoors? He, she. Do you know how healthy this is? Anybody bashing this is completely removed from life itself. They're probably sitting on the computer eating anything out of a box or a plastic bag. And what I mean by that is like processed foods. Completely out of touch with nature, which is what they are. I don't care how much you want to put your VD glasses on. I'm sorry, VR, virtual reality. You're still a human being with energy. And the computer and the VR and your little processed food just sucks the life out of you. Okay. Just trying to be funny and a little entertaining about some truth here. Let me continue. I'm really enjoying this. I love this.
Snappy fish.
Let's look at it.
I'm not a catfish eater, just if you want to know. I really don't. I've had it. I appreciate it, especially when I go down the south. But it's not a fish that really, I don't. I'll eat it, but I don't buy it. You know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't mind going catfishing and give it to somebody else who wants to eat it.
Oh, you believe that?
Wait. What I miss here? What do you mean? Do you believe that? What? I'm doing too much talking.
Snappy fish.
Let's look at it. Oh, you believe that? I know my hitting hard. Whew.
Ow.
Yeah, I heard that one.
Oh,
I heard his teeth.
I think my pinky was over here. Because he bit these fingers, and this one he just took and did it over here.
I could hear his teeth grinding from up
A
here.
catfish
You could
biting
hear
her
it in the
fingers?
boat.
What?
Echoing in the boat like a drum.
He had them 3 fingers. And that poor pinky.
We'll try to get this one in his mouth next time.
That's the one they usually kill.
Maybe that one. That's right. Come on with it.
Good point.
Ooh. Did you hear that all the way up here?
Sure did.
Her arm is yeet. I mean, he is beating on her. He caught fish.
It's the meanest little fish
Oh my God.
ever.
What?
Meanest little fish ever.
I love this girl. Dude, I'm not a lesbian, but I'm in love, okay?
Bit me 42 times. He ain't even big enough to grab him like we do.
No, I thought it was going to. Them little ones like that,
No,
though.
I knew he was little and mean.
Might be another fish in there.
She's in shape.
No, sir.
What's she trying to do? Is she trying to
Let him go.
let it go?
They can tag him.
So they're just like doing it for sport?
Let him go.
Let him go.
Let him go.
All right.
Let me see.
Aw.
Put a fish on.
Mean little fish.
That's the one we want right there.
That's a pretty big catfish.
That's the one we want that bit him. Is he bit up on the belly? Yep, a little bit on the belly. He was mean.
Mean little fish.
This is some good footage too, by the way. Look at the quality of the camera. This is a cell phone? Oh,
Still mean little fish.
slap.
Let him go.
Yep, there you go.
Appreciate y'all.
Oh.
Poor
How awesome was that? Okay, let me get back to the stream. I don't even know what's happening anymore. Where am I? Where are you? How's the weather in your neck of the woods? How many people are outdoors kind of people? Dude, I live in the city, and when I gotta go hug a tree, I hug a tree. I've been doing that for years. When people always ask me, like, how do you deal with the stress or maybe even loneliness sometimes? You know, not that I feel lonely, but you know what I mean? Sometimes, matter of fact, I just actually was just having a conversation a couple days ago going, I haven't hugged someone. I typically hug all the time, but more and more I get like meetings online because that's people's preferences. Sometimes because they're just far away, but other times it's just easy. And I'm like, when I used to do events and stuff, like I have a whole staff of people, my interns and whatnot, I was hugging all the time. And I'm like, I haven't hugged. I mean, for somebody who would hug all the time, every day, like without fail, I'm like, last time I hugged somebody was a friend of mine who came over like a month ago or 3 weeks ago. I'm like, I can feel it. I can feel when I'm not having that connection, that hug. And I don't mean the hug like I'll see a friend. Oh, hi, how you doing? You know, a little kiss, you know, a little pat on the back. No. I mean like, hey, you know. And if I don't, I go to a tree. But yeah, I've been doing that for years, ever since, you know, as I was coming to truth and as I was figuring out, okay, I've been here, this and that didn't work. Okay. Definition of insanity is to do the same thing, expecting different results. So it's like, okay. You got to do something different. And so one of those things that I did was to hug a tree. And there was a difference. And so little by little, I kept changing everything about me and every habit I would have, right? If I had coffee every day, then I was like tea every day. If whatever I did the opposite. You know what I mean? If I slept in, if I went to bed late, I did the opposite. I'm going to go to bed early. Wake up. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, when I change everything, will it change my outcome, my experiences? Sure did. Let me tell you. Once you do all that, you can't go back, honey. You can't go back. You can't see you can't unsee what you've seen. You know? But it's quite a journey. It's not easy, but it's possible, and everybody can do it. They just got to want it. They got to want it enough, like wanting air when somebody's holding you underwater. Just like that. So, yeah. So you know how I feel about TikTok? Tim Pool, obviously, he has the following, so you must be doing something right. I can't handle it. I don't. It's like, I think he's a pretty good speaker. But I think as soon as I see weakness and fake and wishy-washy people, I'm done with them. Okay? That's all. But I think he had a good point about Cuomo, but then, you know, he's got the right to express how he feels about it. But it's almost like even the influencers, they eat each other. And they're all trying to act like they're better than each other. Like, I did it right. I'm telling the truth. I stand by my principles. I've seen them all of them, not deliver what they preach. Which is common, just saying. False idols. But the other thing was about, so we mentioned TikTok, we mentioned Tim Pool and PBD and the whole Cuomo. Ben, little Benny boy, little Ben Shapiro. Talk about a prodigy child in a bubble. That I know for a fact, in a nutshell, that the latest that everyone's talking about what he said, which I listened to him because somebody else shared it. Like I said, I think it was an anomaly that I found that through. But anyway, where he says that the retirement age shouldn't be 65. And I go, I wouldn't necessarily disagree, because not exactly how he says, oh, you know, everybody I know, or pretty much most people I know, when they retire 65, they're dead, you know, like in 5 years. Now, there is science to prove that not necessarily those ages or that time specifically, like 65 and 5 years later, but you do have to have something to do. You have to keep going. That's truly the best outcome for a long, you know, your golden years, health, vitality, because you still have purpose until the day you die. So, but the fact that he's like, my parents aren't retired, you know, I know a lot of 65-year-olds that are doing well and they're able to work. I see that. But coming from a pipsqueak fucking frog with the, I don't know, trying to think of a character with that voice. Like, matter of fact, I don't know if it was Robert Phoenix. I think he called him a shitler. That was awesome. But it's like, you little bubble fuck. Like, you're not in reality. And so my point is, I don't even believe he believes what he just fucking said. My first instinct was, he's just trying to shock people. He's just trying to create content and get attention. He's an attention whore. Period. And in real life, he's a pussy. I mean, can you imagine somebody picking at him at a bar? Can you imagine his tough mouth going off? Do you really think his fucking mouth could get him out of the fight? Anyone? So it's not about talking bad about people. It's about, okay, dude, when you're talking for a living all fucking day, I'm not saying it's easy. I'm doing it right here, right now. And I'm telling you, it's not easy. It may appear easy. It's not easy, especially when you don't have a crew like he does. So I know his life is definitely fucking easy. But his ego's eating him up, boys, girls, ladies and gentlemen and ladies. He is all exactly the way MSM has always been. If you know me, you know I have a background where I worked at NBC, and that's that whole sensationalism. It's the same fucking trick, different platform. That's it. And we're also trained monkeys that we're like, oh yeah, I believe in him. Who is following this guy? I could say he's talented and he's a prodigy kid and I understand, oh, you're very smart. But oh my God, I could eat him up. Like, seriously? It's easier to eat pistachios. Okay, wait, hold on. I just said that wrong. It's easier to eat him up than fucking cracking pistachios. I don't even know where that just came from. Because the Spanish saying is like, you can eat them for soup. Like, they're just so easy. You don't have to chew, right? You just go. But when I mean eat them up, I don't mean like to, squash them. I'm just saying, let's call you out, honey. You do not serve America. You said it. There's clips out there. Guys, please look it up. I was going to share it, but fuck it. I really wanted to get more intimate today and not share too much. So he can go F off. I'm being nice now. Because he doesn't know shit, guys. I don't care if he's a prodigy kid. You can be very smart and very talented, and you have no wisdom. And just because he can be, I guess, a good talker, if that's what you think, I don't. Again, once I see the hypocrisy, the weakness, the tricks, it's like, oh, man, I used to think, ooh, look at him. Ooh, he's saying some stuff. Everything he does is for worship. And he doesn't give a shit about anybody but himself. In fact, he doesn't even actually stay true to what he caters to, which is the supposed right conservative Americans. No. If that's your idea of an American conservative, please. That's if you think that TV dinners are the healthiest thing on earth. Everybody knows that TV dinners are not good for you. Everybody. You can ask a 2-year-old and they'll fucking tell you that. I've done it when I used to be a teacher in a daycare. Oh yeah. So, yeah, let me see. Did I cover it all? So I said what I thought about PBD. Loving this girl. Okay, I'm loving this girl. What are they calling her? Something like the outdoors girl, right? What have they been calling that girl of the couple clips that I shared with you guys? And I was going to get into what I mentioned, the whole monolithic. But you know what? Just for entertainment purposes, what do you guys think about this? Let me see. Because I got to go. I got 4 minutes. I got to show up to locals. Locals, I'm sorry, honey. I'm going to be a few minutes late because I need to go, I got to go to the, to the tinker room.
Stuck on the top of the graph. And come up numerous days. I've never seen this before. Always looks like a UFO was pointing something down. And just walk up the top of the bluff and find this. Some sort of alien thing. There's this is stone there, look. pretty cool. Up there.
Well, I know it was loud, the wind, but like who has not seen a bunch of that? Where in the last couple of years, these monoliths, whatever, they're popping up everywhere. Who hasn't seen that? But I'm not going to get into it right now. But please, if you watch this, I will put timestamps later as soon as I can. And of course, feel free to do the timestamps yourself. I would love that. I love you. Thank you for all your love and support. Have you smashed that like button? Come on, give a girl some love over here. Subscribe if you haven't already. It just gets better. And the more of you that keep showing up, the more I'm going to show up. I'm telling you, it's basic. It's basic facts. Like, you know what I mean. I'm definitely going to get more real and raw over on Locals here in a second. Did you guys see the link? I posted it in the live chat. It's also in the description below. Rumble, X, guys, check out the link. Matter of fact, I got to go to X because that's the one thing that it's not the software that I use, but it's actual X that for some reason the text doesn't show up. So just in case, for all you Xers, join me on Locals right now. We're going to do the re-stream over there. We can go either deeper in the conversation or, we're talking about Boeing. I didn't really get into that yet. Maybe I shouldn't, because that's almost like the jab where I know I can only talk in a certain way. But we'll talk about, if you want to talk about the jab. Okay. Sorry. I had an email from that guest that I've had a couple times who I mentioned that passed. I especially talked about it on Locals, who is no longer with us. And they were not jabbed. But I had the brother just email me earlier today saying that health issues, which I don't know. Adam never told me, but God bless him. May he rest in peace. And he will forever be alive with me. And I hope with you as well. But right now, I got to go. In about 5 minutes, you'll see me over on Locals. Click the link in the description below. Specifically, the link that I put in the live chat is directly to that live stream that I'm going to be restreaming right now. But even the link in the description below will take you to the page. Become a Locals members. Hook a sister up. Give some love. Stay connected, baby. All right. Much love, guys. Talk to you soon. Oh, shit. Don't you love it when I fucking I'm like, what a day today with the camera. I think I swear to God, when I don't do, okay, I really never swear to God. I don't even know how that just came out of my mouth, but I typically, first of all, I never, ever swear. I mean, of course I do curse words. If you're real, you're not perfect. That's me. Much love, guys. Talk to you soon.